Barbarians, we have been going all day. I am currently on the leveling build that I started with, but let me tell you, this is more than just a leveling build. When this thing gets up and running, it does some massive damage. I am currently in tier 3. We've cleared to tier 4, but I will show you what a run looks like when we get into the pit run at pit 65. We barely have any masterworking done. If you look, I still have even some pieces of gear that are 750. I got lucky, and I was running the Ugly Bastard helmet because that's what I found on the ground. Then we're going to be running Steadfast Berserker here. This is a massive source of Fortify. As soon as you hit anything while you're berserking, you are maxed out on your Fortify. We're also running Executioner here. This is going to be a huge source of damage to your Earthquake damage. At the bottom there where you see it, the current bonus, it's taking 15% of my total strength, which is now up to 2,000. So we're going to be stacking strength with this build, and it's giving me a bonus from that. So I have 300% now, and that is going to go through the roof when we actually get into our endgame build. We're going to be running Fortress on the pants. For every 10% of your life you lose, you're going to gain some damage reduction. As you get up into the higher torment tiers, especially early on when you don't have a lot of masterworking done, it starts to get pretty high up on the damage that you're taking, so this is going to help with that. We're running Ghost Walkers for a little bit of additional movement speed, because movement speed is life. Getting through this game and moving out of something that's underneath your feet, movement speed does that for you. This also makes you unhindered, so you can move right through enemies without getting blocked in a door. We're going to be running Earthquakes here. This takes double the aspects here. So you have two different sides of this aspect. You have the top one where you are going to be standing in an earthquake, and 4 seconds after you leave that earthquake, we're doubling the amount of damage by putting this on a two-handed weapon. So we're getting up to 108% here. Additionally, the earthquakes are also going to deal 108% increased damage. So throwing this on a two-handed weapon, huge damage. On the dual-wield weapon, we're going to be adding just a little bit of Dust Devil damage, but I think at this point, it is probably pretty safe to say we can swap this out for things like elements, where you're just going to be increasing the damage to your earthquakes, because the earthquakes take damage. The earthquakes take additional damage from anything that just increases your overall damage. Things like elements, things like intercom, anything that's going to give you just additional damage is going to be a huge modifier for those earthquakes. We're also going to be running Fierce Winds here, going to be additional damage to your Dust Devils as well. We haven't even unlocked Force of Will, which is going to be in your Paragon board, and then increase all of this. It's still doing a ton of damage already. We're going to be running Incendiary Fissures here. Now, I've gotten lucky and I've found all of the drops that I've needed for the aspects. These are mostly just ones that will drop. So if you haven't found these yet, this is what you're going to be looking for. It's also in the planner that's in the description of this video, though. So you can go through the planner, you can look for what you want, and then as you find it, I didn't even know I had found Incendiary Fissures. I went to go just double check, and I had it. So this is going to be a huge source of increased damage to your earthquakes. 110%. It's going to be really big. Then we're going to be running Anger Management here. This is just going to help keep us berserking 100% of the time. For me, because I got lucky and I'm running the Ugly Bastard helmet, it just is a huge source of additional fury generation for me. Then we're going to be running Giant Strides. Because we're running Leap as an additional way to create more earthquakes and then also close the distance and move around the maps, this is going to be a really big help here. And then we're going to be running Volcathos. Again, this is another 2-layer aspect. The top is going to do earthquakes that deal damage while standing in an earthquake, and for 4 seconds afterwards, you're going to take 30% damage reduction. That's pretty big. And the bottom part is increased because we put it onto an amulet. So we're getting 1.5 times what we normally would for that aspect size. So this is the build here. We're just giving a brief overview of this. I'm going to do a full build guide on this so that you guys can see it. Now, I did have a full build guide planner, not from something that was in-game, just based around the planner before everything went live. So I'll have that linked in the description of the video. We're going to go hop into the pit run and then stay tuned for the final version of this. I'm just going to run through the skill tree so you can see that it's exactly like what the planner looked like, and then I'll show you what it is here. So just a quick brief going down through. You're going into your Whirlwind here. You're taking your Ground Stomp, your Rallying Cry, your War Cry. I made sure we went into some damage reduction. Because we're going to be running Anger Management, you no longer need to run Battle Fervor. So we took those points out there and we put them into No Mercy. And this will be in the new planner that's going to be coming out very soon. So just keep a lookout for that. and then all the way down here through your Wrath of the Berserker. Now I'm going to be testing some Call of the Ancients versus Wrath of the Berserker and see how this goes, because for all we know, it may be really good with the new Summoner tag, but we'll find out. And then we're going to be taking Unconstrained for this for additional damage to the Berserking bonus. So that's basically what it is. My Paragon board is just coming alive right now. I'm just going through and getting all of the legendary nodes that I can activate right now. And then we're putting in all of the glyphs that I found, which I actually surprisingly have found quite a few of them. And Exploit's going to be swapping out. But again, this is just a basic overview of everything if you guys wanted to pause the video and come through. But you can look at the planner. I'll get this all updated. And then look for the full build guide video explaining how the breakdown is going to work. Let's hop into this run right here, and I'll show you exactly what it looks like running this pretty insane build. And remember, this is just a leveling build. Or it was supposed to be just a leveling build, but it's turned into a really fun, very fast build that has been moving through any content that I've been throwing at it. Your Earthquake, or your dual wield, is going to be assigned to your Whirlwind. So this way that you're taking advantage of the movement speed, and then you put a mace and a sword on. But this is your damage here. I have it set so that my Earthquakes are spawned by spending my Fury from Whirlwind. So as I Whirlwind, it spends more Fury, and then every time I leap, it's going to summon some Earthquakes as well, and then my Ground Stomp does Earthquakes also. So we just keep on rolling through. Use Leap to kind of close the gaps a little bit and keep on moving through. But we have a little bit of Fury per second on one of the pieces of gear that we have, so this way it kind of counteracts your anger management aspect. And as you're running from pack to pack, your Fury fills back up again. And because you're going to be berserking, you get all of that Fury generation from Prolific Fury and skills like that. So it really does help. And having this set like this, I actually know where my Earthquakes are going to spawn, and they're spawning pretty often. So I do like this setup here. I just don't like dead ends. The one thing that I would love to see differently about the pits is just the dead ends. That's it. Give me a continuous, straight down the path, wherever I gotta go to just fight some monsters. But it seems like all AARPGs are like that. I think that's just kind of the nature of the map layouts and how they're set up. So small, very, very small issue. I'm having a blast in this season already. We have been blasting since the servers went live, and this is what we've come up with so far. Currently, from what it looks like, the Hoda Quake is bugged. I think the Mountain's Fury is destroying the Earthquakes, but it's not actually doing any damage with the earth or with the explosion itself, which is kind of a bummer because I was really looking forward to playing that. So they'll probably get that patched up pretty quick because that was one of the features in this. So they already fixed a lot of the bugs and stability issues that people were having. I was getting constant freezing, and it was basically whenever we zone into an area. That has been fixed. I actually fixed like very, very quickly, which was awesome to see. They kind of hopped right on it and made sure that it wasn't an issue for anybody anymore. And now my masterworking isn't even close to complete. I have nothing set to, I have one thing at 8, a couple things don't even have any masterworking whatsoever. So this is amazing. The Earthquakes this season are so strong. The Witch Powers are awesome. I want to know what everybody thinks of the Witch Powers, so if you guys can let me know in the comments, let me know in the live stream, because I am super impressed with the Witch Powers. I'm very excited about them. It has made the leveling process a ton of fun. So hit up the comments, let me know. I'm recording this live, so if you guys haven't stopped by the live stream, if you want to see what the barbarians look like in just a couple hours, hit me up. We'll be cooking for a while. Very excited to get back into the game here. Let's go see what the boss fight looks like. Who do we got? Okay. So here's the earthquake damage. And because I have it on Whirlwind, it's spawning right underneath the boss. So the damage just continuously ramps up really, really fast. And when more and more earthquakes drop, the damage just like continues to go up and up and up and up. 74.4 million, and I'm sure that there are some Whirlwind barbarians, some Earthquake barbarians out there that are already hitting millions, billions, maybe even trillions. Probably not yet, but that's the run right there. That's the build. I will have a full build guide coming out very, very soon because I want to get this out to everybody because if I'm having this much fun, I want you guys to have that much fun too. I am live every night, and I'll be live tonight. Stop by, say hi, theorycraft with me. Catch you on the clip side.